All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to verify the point of impact with just the flash hider. And I'm going to make sure I should be coming in at about an inch high at 100 yards. Usually I have this thing tuned up for 200 yards for prairie dog hunting and stuff. And today I'm going to be shooting 75 grain boat tail hollow points, which are pretty fantastic rounds. It's kind of my main load. We'll just see how this comes in. Okay, looks good. Almost exactly an inch high. So now that I've kind of verified that, slap this puppy on there. Just hand tight. And let's see if we come in at the same spot.
Whoa.
Okay, it looks like everything's clustering a little bit to the right. Vertical isn't too bad. And actually, I wasn't really thinking that first shot I took was technically my fouling shot, so I should go back and see how unsuppressed is going. Now that the barrel has some fouling shots through it, I'll go ahead and take a shot without the suppressor, and let's see what it looks like. Okay, that's hitting pretty much exactly where the suppressed shots were going, so I think we're in good shape. I put some other rounds through my rifle, and I've pretty well figured out that there's no point of impact shift, there's no loss of precision or anything weird. Basically, the rifle shoots exactly the same if I have the sound suppressor on or off. And just as a little reminder, I'm going to call it silencer or sound suppressor. I don't mind using either term, just because, you know, Hiram Maxim called it a silencer. So who am I to, you know, judge the guy that invented the thing? So what I'm going to do now is I'm on the big range, and I'm going to be taking some shots at my favorite humanoid target here. I'll be starting out at 100 yards, and then I'm going to be pushing back progressively to 600 yards. And I'm going to be shooting with the suppressor, without it, just so you can kind of hear the difference. There are going to be two sounds that you'll hear. First is going to be the crack of the bullet going supersonic near the camera. You're going to hear that. It's like a little peal of thunder, sort of. And then you're going to hear the thump or the pop of the actual rifle. And that's going to be following behind it because it's moving at the speed of sound, whereas the bullet is moving actually quicker than the speed of sound. So I'm going to have the camera way back here, pointed back at me, and then we're just going to see, as I step back, when can you kind of not hear the rifle anymore and not hear it very much. This should be pretty fun. Well, I think that worked out great. It looks like, aside from a little bad shooting on my part, I just checked out the target and it looks like I whiffed one. I mean, I missed the target a couple times, but I mean, I missed the paper altogether on one shot. But yeah, just taking them quick, standing shots at 300. I need to work on that. But really curious to see what it sounds like. Again, as far as I can tell, precision is not affected. Point of impact not affected. The stuff that I was really taking my time on, I think I just lofted right into the target without any problems, except a little wind reading problem on my part. I kind of overestimated the wind. I'm thinking that of these 3 shots, I think these were all at 600 yards. Not entirely sure. I should have had another video camera pointing at all this, but these are the most steady, and I think I was right on that. I just kind of over-guessed the wind a little bit. Still, not too shabby. And over here on the side, there's a little metal plate, and I hit that thing at least once. Some lessons that I'm taking away so far. First off, I always need to carry gloves, because this thing, even with slow fire, it just gets really hot. When I was working my way back to 600 yards there was enough time I could go ahead, grab this, twist it off, but I mean, that was only taking 1 shot every, gosh, 5 minutes or so. And so yeah, it just gets blazing hot, even hotter than these silhouette targets I just set up, flat black, laying in Oklahoma sun. Yeah, I need gloves, I need a towel, something. It is rough, it's hot. One thing I'm kind of surprised about, I was expecting this thing to end up really barrel heavy and difficult to shoot while standing, and really, it's the bipod that makes a bigger difference to me. I can take the bipod off, either with the silencer or without, and this makes all the difference, having this weight gone. This out here, not really a big deal at all, feels great. It's definitely a little bit more to compensate for, but definitely doable. I'm not shaking all over the place. Now with both of these attached, like I was just shooting, I am shaking all over the place, so I need to get stronger. Overall, I'm really pleased with this thing. I think it's just phenomenal. It doesn't affect really the gun in any way except to make it quieter. And as you could tell when we were stepping things back to 600 yards, it just makes everything progressively quieter. And for me, this is pretty cool, you know, not just for you know, tactical-ish stuff, which I'm definitely not law enforcement or anything like that. For me, this is great for varminting. We go out and shoot prairie dogs, and the ones that are closest in tend to get the most spooked, of course, because of the big crack of the rifle, and this is going to eliminate a lot of that. So I think we can keep a lot of our close shots and not have to step back to the 300 plus shots so soon at a given field. So overall, yeah, I'm just really impressed with this thing. I think it's phenomenal, and we'll be checking back up with it.